recording the session, and I'll send out the video this evening. So let's see. First thing I'm going to do here, guys, is click over here on our page under announcements. And so the last announcement that I sent out has the formula sheet, I'm sorry, for the final exam. So if you click right here, you should be able to access the formula sheet. And yeah, mine's opening up. So the formula sheet is right there. And then there are 2 sessions for the final, y'all. So there's one tomorrow night at 6:30, and there's one on Thursday at 11. So you can, whichever one fits your schedule the best, you can go ahead and sign up. There's a sign-in sheet right here. And I think if you click on it, and I already see some names are on here, so I know we got some folks coming in tomorrow, and we have a few that are taking it on Thursday. Excuse me. Just make sure you sign up if you haven't signed up yet. And then, let's see. To close that part up. So guys, the other thing I wanted to share with you guys is, let's see, under here, under the weekly activities folder, let's see, deadline dates. So guys, for the assignments in my lab, the deadline dates are due by Thursday by 8 p.m. Okay, so right here it says Thursday 8 p.m. And then class assignments 1 and 2, they're due by 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Okay, so Wednesday the 7th is when class assignments 1 and 2 are due, guys. And if you need to find those assignments, you can find them here. So if you never did turn in class assignment 1, you can access it right here. And class assignment 2 is in the week 4 folder, and it's right there. And so just to kind of give you a little bit of that information. And so really what I wanted us to do this evening was answer any questions you guys might have about anything. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, come on, there we go. About homework or from the review or anything. And guys, if you do, let me know, and we'll go over some of that stuff today. Anybody got any questions? Assignment number 2, sure thing. So let's see. First thing I'm going to do here, give me one quick second, and so that I can open this up. And let me see, class assignment 2. Okay. So, Emmanuel, specifically, which question from the first one? Okay, sure. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do real quick. Let me see if I got it here. Let's see if I can find something for you. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Get rid of that one. All right, let's see. Put any of that in there. Okay, I guess I did. All right. All right. So yes, let me definitely do some of that right now for you guys. Okay. So let's see. Un momento, por favor, and I will get that for you right now. Let's see. Oops. Do.
So section 12.2 and 12.3 are going to.
I was trying to see if I have that in my notes. Here we go. All right, so yeah, let me definitely show you how to do that real quick. Give me 1 second, and I will pull that up for you guys right here. Okay, so let me stop sharing this one here. Let me share another screen, and let's see. Here we go. What is it? There we go. Okay. And we'll print this to the note. There we go. Okay. Sorry about the delay, guys. Let's see. Oops, that's not going. There we go. Okay, so the problem here says, let's make a stem and leaf display for the given data. And it says, Mr. Johnson wants to display his employees' age in a graph. Below are the ages. Okay, and so what we're going to do, we're going to make something called a stem and leaf plot, okay? So let me make sure that you guys can see what it is I'm doing. Yes, it looks like you can. All right, get rid of that one, and this one here. Okay, so, all right, so what I'm going to do here, y'all, I'm going to take these ages, and what we're going to basically do is we're going to put them kind of like in order, okay? And I'm sorry this thing came out the way it did. It looks like the choices kind of came out a little bit messed up. But really what we're doing, guys, is we're making a stem and leaf plot, and it's basically just a way of organizing my numbers. So look, I'm going to put all the 20s together. So we have a 23, a 24, and a 27. And so the way we make a stem and leaf plot is I do this kind of thing, right? And so the numbers that are going to go in this position here are going to be in my tens position. Like 23, that means that there's two tens, right? And then I'm just going to put the ones position is going to be on the other side of the line, and they're going to be in order. So like there's a 23, there's a 24, and there's a 27, right? And so that's the process in making a stem and leaf plot. So look, we've used 23, we've used 24, we've used 27. Now I'm going to start with the 30s. So we have two 34s. So this is the way I write my 34s. I go like that. That just lets me know that there's two of them. And then there's also a 36. Okay. And then we're going to go to the 40s. So we have a 42 and a 45. So I'm going to put 42 and 45. And then the last one we have is a 53. So this right here would be my choice. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to see, okay, which of these kind of look like the choices that I have, and these numbers came out. Did y'all's numbers come out this bad too? I'm just trying to see if mine were the only ones that came out like this. Did y'all's numbers come out kind of messed up like this too?
Yes.
So yours didn't come. Did y'all's look like this? I'm trying to see. I'm gonna see if I can what mine. Okay, so yeah, when I'm looking at mine, in my choices, like let me see if I can do it this way. So give me one quick second. I'm gonna try sharing a different screen real quick, y'all. And so let me see if I can do it this way. Here we go. That's still not the one that I wanted. Sorry about that. Let me try the other tab, sorry. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, this one looks a whole lot better, I think. And so if you look at what I was writing earlier, and let me just kind of go back to that real quick, guys, so you can see the way I wrote mine. But I want to say it looks like choice C is going to be my choice because there were 234s, so choice C was going to be there. And guys, I'm trying to think. I was looking at the videos real quick, and I'm going to look at my notes one more time too. But in my notes, did I have anything about stem and leaf plots, guys? I'm trying to remember because I did these videos like a year ago. So let's see. I heard something in the chat. No. Okay. All right. So guys, I'll tell you what. You don't got to worry about question number 1. I thought there was some of this information was in there, and it maybe wasn't. So that was my mistake. So guys, you can skip. So let me just put that in here. You can skip. Oops. Skip number 1 from class assignment 2. Okay. You don't need to worry about that one, guys. That was my bad. I thought I had put that in there, and apparently I hadn't. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, that was my mistake, guys. I thought I had done stem and leaf plots with you guys, and like I said, I made these videos last year, right at the beginning of COVID, so I didn't remember if I had included it or not. But yeah, we can skip. You can skip that. You don't need to worry about it. It's just a way of organizing numbers, and I use it a little bit when I teach stats, but honestly, not a whole lot. It's helpful when you have a whole lot of numbers and you got to do stuff by hand, but otherwise, you don't really need to use it a whole lot. But that was my bad. So you can skip number 1, guys. Just do the other ones, 2, 3, and 4. I think is what y'all had. All right, good question though. So guys, any other questions that you guys have out of any of the assignments? I mean, anything from homework or the review or anything like that? Were there any questions you guys had about anything? I know I did send out a couple of videos, about 3 videos this morning. I did have some people who had asked me some, but we were officially closed yesterday. And, you know, Sunday was 4th of July, so I kind of left my iPad alone. So I saw them this morning, so I sent out what people had asked. But I don't know if you guys had any other questions about anything. Let me share one more thing with you all real quick. Let's see. Where are we? Here we go. Okay, and let's see. Somebody put something in the chat. Yeah, so all the stuff is on the final. Yes, it is on us. So like 3.1, 3.2, and 14.1. Yeah, all that's on the final. But the one thing I wanted to point out is, let's see. Here I am. Let me see. This was class assignment. Okay, so this is at the right folder. This is what I want to get to. Okay, so guys, the best way that you can do really well on the final is to do the review. Okay, there's 40 questions on the review and 20 questions on the exam, and they come directly from the review, right? So what does that mean? It means that those questions, it's the same question. The only thing that changes are the values change, right? So like if, you know, I don't know, if I asked you, can you do this kind of probability problem? It's going to be the same type of problem, just the values are going to change, right? But the problem in itself is going to be the same type of problem, okay? So there's 40 questions in the review, y'all, and 20 of them are going to be on the final, right? So if I also do this real quick, let me share one more tab with you guys so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Here we go. So here I am under assignments in my lab. And if I click on the review, okay, yeah, it's got 40 questions. And I'm just going to kind of click on maybe like, I don't know, number 40. So you can kind of see what it is I'm doing here. Let me stop sharing this so I can share that actual tab. So you can see what it is I'm looking at. Here we go. So what is question number 40? So yeah, question number 40 is from 14.1. It is that one of those voting type problems, okay? So you do have some of the 14.1 stuff here. There's a couple on there, right? So put it this way, look, there's there's two problems out of chapter 14, number 39 and number 40. So you know that probably one of those is going to be on the final exam, right? But yeah, this is the kind of stuff you're going to see, right? So guys, again, I try to keep it as simple as possible, really direct, you know, nothing too out of the ordinary, stuff that we've done throughout the summer, and you know, trying to keep it as straightforward as I can. All right. So do you guys have any questions about any of the problems on the review that you want to ask me about? I mean, I'm more than happy to answer anything, guys. I really want to make sure you guys feel okay about this. Anyone? You're good? Don't be shy if you got questions, guys. This is why we're here. Make sure everybody's good. I guess that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that the class was, you know, worked for you guys, and I hope that you all found the videos helpful. I really tried to. Yes, Robert. That's for that question that's on the screen. That would be the formula you're going to use. That's right. And so, guys, let me share one more thing with you guys. Let me stop sharing this. Are you asking to do this particular problem here on the screen? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can do that. So give me 1 second, and what I'll do is let me do a little copy and paste here. All right, and copy this here. And come over here. Paste this thing right here. Alrighty. Let me stop sharing this screen, and we'll come back over here. There we go. Okay, so the question says, determine the simple interest. The rate is the annual rate unless otherwise stated. So our formula, Robert is correct, is I equals P times R times T. And so we are looking for the interest, right? So we don't know what that part's going to be. So guys, remember our principal here is going to be the 775 times our interest rate is 7.25%. So guys, remember, when it's written as a percent, we need to convert it to a decimal by moving our decimal 2 spaces to the left. So that's a 0.0725. And then Robert is correct. If it's 90 days, we got to write this as 90 over 360, right? And again, guys, for simplistic purposes, I'm going to enter this in exactly as I'm having here on my calculator. So let me get my calculator going. I believe this is it. And over here. Okay, and Emmanuel, I'll definitely get to number 29 right after this one too. Definitely, sir. So let me stop sharing this and let me share my calculator. Here we go. Okay, so let's clear this out here. So the numbers that we had were 775 times 0.0725 times 90, and then we're going to divide all that by 360. And so my interest is going to be $14, and if we're going to the nearest penny, should be 5 cents because there's a 6 at the end of that, after that 4. So 14 and 5 cents, right? So let me stop sharing this here, and let me share one more thing with you guys. Here we go. And we said our answer was $14 and a nickel. And there we go, we got it, right? So what do you call a boy with no nickels? Nicholas. Heard that joke when I was like in junior high, guys, and I actually got it. All right, let's see. Number number 29, the one about the odds. Okay, so let me do a little copy and paste here, and we'll do it the same exact way. So I will write it on my notes so that I can share it with you guys. Okay, here we go, copy, and let's go down over here, and we're gonna paste it right there. Okay, and back over here, let me stop sharing this screen and let me share the other one. Okay, and I think, yeah, it looks like you guys can see it now. All right, so it says a six-sided die is tossed. Determine the odds against rolling a 4. Okay, so our numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? So the way we're going to figure out the odds against rolling a 4, the first number here is going to be the numbers that are not 4. Okay, so when I look at my numbers here, how many of those numbers are not 4? Well, 5 of them are, right? And then which ones are 4? Well, just this guy right here. So the odds against rolling a 4 would be 5 to 1. And that's all I would have to type in, okay? So if I stop sharing this screen, guys, and I come back and I share my tab with you guys again, and we come back over here, and we're going to put 5 to 1. There we go. And we got it, okay? So guys, the one thing I want to point out here, and I'm going to stop sharing this, but again, I'm happy to answer any questions you guys might have, is, minimize that for a second. Here we go. Okay, in my announcements over here, guys, where are they? Here we go. Under the announcements, I do have the formula sheet here for you guys. So when you access the formula sheet, okay, and let me go ahead and open this up with Google Docs, and then I'll share it with you guys so y'all can see it. Let me stop sharing that part there, and let me share my. There we go. Okay, so I got my formula sheet right here, guys. So I should have some of the probability stuff in here. Here we go. So the odds against an event, the number of outcomes unfavorable to the number of outcomes that are favorable, right? So I have all the odds, all the probability formulas here for you guys, as well as the table and the stuff about like the set builder notation. And this here was the stuff from chapter 3. But I do have all the formulas here for you guys. Okay, so you guys will have access to the formula chart as you need it tomorrow. Okay, so just wanted to give you guys that little piece of info. Okay, so let's see. Any other questions or any questions anybody has about anything that you guys want to ask me about anything? Any other questions from the review? Anything at all? Number 34, definitely. Yeah, let's do number 34. So let me pull that one up and we'll take a look at it right here. Okay, 34, here we go. So let me go ahead and copy and paste this one as well. And let's see. Go, copy this one, and paste it right here. All right. Okay, so guys, it says, it says, consider the circles shown to the right. Assume one circle is selected at random, and each circle is equally likely to be selected. Determine the probability of selecting an even number given that the circle is not orange. Okay, so given that the circle is not orange, so the way we're going to do this is we know that we have those two orange circles, right? So how many circles are we left with? We're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So out of the 4 circles that we're left with, how many of those circles have an even number? And it looks like this one here and this one here. So 2 out of 4, which would be 1/2, right? And so that would be my answer right there. So it says, given that the circle is not orange, so we're gonna eliminate the orange circles, right? How many circles are we left with? We're left with 4. How many of those 4 have even numbers? 2 of them. So that my answer here would be 1/2. So when I come back and I share my my window again, let's see, here we go, right here. I'm going to enter in 1/2, and we got it, okay? So let's see, I think I see something else here in the chat. Let me see what it is. And that was 34, okay. Any other questions you guys might have about anything? Don't be shy, don't be shy. If you got questions, please guys, ask them. All right, so again, I wanted to just share one last thing here with you all. There we go. So guys, in addition to the formula sheet, the sign-up sheet is right here, okay? So again, just a friendly reminder, guys, the test is, if you decide to take it tomorrow, it's at 6:30 in the evening. And if you decide to take it on Thursday, it's at 11 a.m. You can sign in up to 30 minutes before the test actually starts. I'll probably sign in. And number 14, yes, I'll get to number 14, guys, right now. I'll sign in probably about 5 minutes before the test is starting or whatever, okay? But you should be able to sign in up to 30 minutes if you want to. But I'll sign in about 5 minutes early, okay? Yeah, so let's take a look at number 14. So let me go ahead and do that one. And let's see what we can come up with. Here we go. And let's see, something else. I think I heard something else in the chat. Yeah, let's take a look at number 14. Here we go. And we're going to take a look at number 14. Okay, definitely. All right, so guys, it says construct a truth table for the given statement. Yes, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to do the same thing we've been doing before, guys. I'm going to do a little copy and paste, okay? So let me get this going here for you all. And for my notes, here we go. Okay. And so now let me go ahead and share this with you guys. Y'all can see what it is I'm doing. And let's see. Here we go. Okay, so now it's coming up for us here. All right, so it says construct a truth table for the given statement. Okay, so guys, we already have our x values and our y values, right? And those truth values are already set up for us. So like it's true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. Okay, so what I want you to notice about this first column right here, I'm going to kind of clean up some of this mess here. But what I want you to notice about this first column right here, these values here are going to be the same as those values right there. So what I'm going to do here, y'all, is I'm just going to copy and paste. This is still going to be true. This is still going to be true. This will be false, and this will be false. Okay? Now, the next thing I want to point out here is, let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so look at the one for the next column. Remember, this is not y, right? The way I read that little symbol is not, or the negation, right? So this is going to be negating these values here. You can think of these guys as like integers. Think if it's positive, then the negation will be negative, and if it's negative, the negation will be positive. So if it's true, like it is right here, the negation now is going to be false. If this one is false, the negation now is going to be true. Since this one is true, the negation now is going to be false. And since this one is false, the negation now is going to be true. Okay, before I go on, are we okay on how we got to where we are so far? Are y'all okay with me filling in those two columns? Are the two columns good so far? Okay, awesome, good, perfect. Okay, I'm going to share one more thing with you guys. Let's see if I can do it this way. Here we go. So I'm going to do one more copy and paste for you all. And then we'll be able to do this. And hopefully this is going to seem, my hope here, guys, is this is going to seem a little bit more easy breezy cover girl. Hopefully. Okay. All right. So now, let's see. Yep, there we go. Okay. Now, what I want you all to notice here is I just copied and pasted my biconditional statement, right? My biconditional is the one that has the double arrow. And I want you to notice right here, guys, we have the double arrow. Okay, so when is the biconditional going to be true? It's going to be true if both values are the same. If they're both true or if they're both false, right? And guys, all I did, I copied and pasted this here from the formula sheet, okay? That's where I got this from. And that's why I included it there so you guys can have access to that, all right? So now, but let me come back over here. If they have different truth values, like true false or false true, then the answer is going to be false, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say, look at this part right here and this part right here. They have different truth values. So this one is going to be false. And then we're going to come back over here and we're going to look at this one right here. They have the same truth value. So this guy here is going to be true. And then we're going to do that again. We're going to look at this one here and this one here. We're going to say, look, they have the same truth value. They're both false. And if they're both false, then the whole thing is going to be true. And I'm going to do that one more time. The first one is false. The second one is true. And so now they're going to be false, right? Because I was using this last part right here to do this one. Now, let me ask you all another question. Okay, why am I using just the biconditional? Because, excellent question. So the reason, Karina, I was using the biconditional is because right here, that double arrow tells me that it's going to be the biconditional one, right? And if it would have been a different type, instead of being the double arrow, if it would have been the little upside down V, or it would have been the V, or just a single arrow, then I would have used which other one I needed to use. But does that make sense on why I used that particular? Yeah. Okay, good, good, good. Got it. Great. Just making sure that we're good with that. Now, guys, let me ask you a question. When we did the last column, the one with the FTTF, did that make sense on how I was able to use the table from there? Yeah, good. Excellent. Perfect. That's the point. Yeah. So I know, guys, the logic stuff can be a little challenging. I mean, I struggled with it when I was taking logic, and I took 2 logic classes in college, and I struggled with it as well. So I know, and it's not something that we're exposed to on a regular basis. So anytime it's new, it definitely seems a lot more challenging. Guys, any other questions? Any other questions like 14 that y'all want me to do? I'm more than happy to do. Yeah, it can be a little tough. It can definitely be a little tough. Um, so I'll tell you what. Look, I'm gonna do one more because I want to make sure that you guys are getting the hang of this here, and then we'll go through it together. And then hopefully, what I'm hoping, guys, is that after I do this next one, then you're like, okay, you know what? I think I got the hang of this now. Okay, so this is actually number 13 out of the review. Yeah, this is number 13 out of the review. And again, all I did is copy and paste it, right? So look, we're going to do the same thing that we did before. Let me get my pen to work. There we go. Okay, so first thing I want you to notice here, we have the negation of x. So I'm going to take these x values right here, and I'm going to do the opposite. So if it's true, true, false, false, I'm going to put false, false, true, true. okay? And then we're going to do the same thing over here too. Look, these are the y values, but this one here has the negation of y. So if it's true, false, I'm going to put false, true, okay? Now, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to do a little copy and paste one more time. Let me see. I think I heard something in the chat. Yes, I can definitely do the first column again. So remember what we did here. Let me clean this mess up real quick. Okay, so the first column says, look, the negation of x, right? So if my x values are true, true, false, false, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go false, false, true, true. Okay, because it's the negation of x, right? All right, then give me one quick second, and I'm going to, let me see, I don't need that anymore. I need this one. All right, so now let's do a little copy and paste. There we go. Copy this one. Come back over here and paste it. Okay. And I think I heard something going on in the chat, so let me see. Okay, good. Glad you got it. Now, guys, I want you to notice something. Look at the formula that I put in our notes here. I did the conditional, right? The conditional is the single arrow. Why? Because that's one that we're dealing with, right? Okay. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to look at the first two values, and look what it says. It says not x going to y. So then what I like about this problem, guys, is that first it's x and then it's y, and that's the same order that I have right there, okay? And so first here it's x, then here it's y. Okay, so first thing I want you to look here on this part, false, then false. So I'm going to come back over here. Look, false first, false second. What's my answer? My answer is true. So I'm going to put a T right there, okay? So I'm going to do this again. First false, then true. First false, then true. What's my answer? Oh, it's true. Okay. And let's see. I'm going to come back because I heard something in the chat. Yes, so the formula sheet is going to be, and I'll show you again where you can get that stuff. But yes, you're going to have access to all this good stuff here. Okay. So now let's do the third one. First true, then false. First true, then false. Look at my answer. It's false. I'm going to put an F right there. And then finally, the last one, true, then true, true, then true. Look at my answer. It's true. And so there we got it, right? And so, guys, I want to show you something because I didn't show you with the other one. I'm going to show you here with this one. So let me stop sharing this here. And let me come back. Let me share one more tab with you guys. Let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. This one here. Okay, so remember what we said here. We said we were going to look at the truth values, and if it's true, true, false, false, we're going to flip them. So false, false, true, true. And then if it's true, false, it's going to be the opposite. False, true, false, true. And then I want to say this one was true, this one was true, this one was false, and the last one was true. And then we're going to go chickadee check, and we got it, right? So it takes a little time to do, but I want you to know something, guys. Before I came over here, I wrote it down and I did it on paper, because for me, it makes it easier that way, right? I can see exactly what's going on. And Karina, to answer your question about the charts, yes, you're going to have access to them. Here we go, one more time. So again, guys, if you look here under, where is it? Right here. Under announcements, if you click on the first one, the formula sheet is right here, and you have access to all those formulas, right? You'll see all, and all those charts will be there and everything. So then you'll have an idea of how to kind of work with it, okay? But definitely, yeah, the charts are super, super helpful. Without them, like, you'd have to memorize that stuff, and ain't nobody got time for that, right? That's way too much stuff to memorize. So yeah, you'll definitely have access to the formulas. Good, good, good. Let's see. Any other questions, guys? I mean, I'm hoping. Let me ask you one more thing. Let's see. Do those seem any better now that we did do them? What y'all think? Yeah? Good. Excellent. Good. Perfect. Perfect. Very happy to hear that. Okay. Guys, any other questions you guys have out of anything that y'all want to ask me about? I'm going to send a quick message real quick on Pronto, guys, letting everybody know that, let's see. All right. Homework is due Thursday. That's right. So, yes. Assignments. Yeah, and assignments 1 and 2, guys, are due by 8 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you, Manuel. I appreciate it. So, any other questions you guys have about anything, guys? I just want to make sure you guys feel okay about this stuff. Okay, which one is that, Karina? What number is it? Okay, 14 on the review. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Let me try something real quick. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Give me 1 second. See if I can pull yours up. All right. Here we go. Okay. All right. So, guys, let me share real quick. So y'all can see what it is I'm doing. All right. So this is Karina's problem here, guys. And I want to show you something here. This problem here, if you look at her problem and you look at the one that we did up here earlier, look, the only thing that's different, instead of like the one we did earlier had X's and Y's, Hers has A's and B's, right? Okay, so I copied and pasted this from hers here. Let's just do a little double check to make sure that we're all on the same page. Oh, come on, pen. There we go. Let's see. I heard something in the chat. Yes. Okay, so let's double check. So remember, we're going to take these values here and we're going to change them, right? So if it's true, true, false, false, we're going to put false, false, true, true. Perfect. So this part here looks really great. Okay, now let's do the same thing for this one. We're going to go true, false, true, false. But look, this one here does not have the negation on it, right? So these values are going to stay the same, right? This is going to be true. So because this is the same as that, they're going to be true, false, true, false, right? Okay, and now what I'm going to do is, let me see if I can get the formula, I'm sorry, yeah, the table again, the little chart. Copy this here and come back over here. Let me see if I can paste it right there. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use the biconditional, right? Because it's the double arrow. And remember, it's going to be true when they have the same truth values. Okay, when they have the same truth values, that's when it'll be true. So I'm going to look at these two right here, and they don't have the same truth values, so that's going to be false. And I'm going to look at this one right here, and they do have the same truth value, so that's going to be true. And I'm going to look at this one right here, and they do have the same truth value, so that's going to be true. And I'm going to look at this one right here, and they don't have the same truth values, so that one there, oh, come on, pen, is going to be false. And does that make more sense on how I was able to do that one there? And don't worry about it. This is the whole point, right? The whole point is to like see how simple it can be. And guys, it's going to be different for everybody, right? Some people are going to find this easier than others. Some people are going to find it harder than others. It's all kind of, you know, it's very subjective, right? Some people find what do you call it, like the interest problems really tough, and some people find them really easy. Some people find the set theory problems really hard, and some people find them really easy. It's all subjective, you know. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, guys. So, but I'm glad that this is working out better for you now. And yeah, I mean, one little mistake will throw it off, guys. So one thing I want to remind you guys tomorrow is when you're taking your test, guys, you're going to have like 3.5 hours to do your test, right? 20 questions, 3.5 hours. And it's not that it's going to take you 3.5 hours, right? But the idea is you're going to have a whole lot of time in case you need it, right? I don't want you rushing. I don't want you thinking like, oh my God, I only have 10 more minutes and I still have a bunch of problems to do, right? 3.5 hours is a lot of time, and I'll set it up like that so that you have plenty of time, you don't feel rushed, and you can get through all the problems, you know, in the time that we have, okay? So guys, any other questions you guys have out of the review that you all want me to go over? Like I said, I'm more than happy to go over anything. And again, remember, you'll have access to that formula sheet, guys. So use it, right? Because it's going to be real helpful. And just a quick reminder, guys, I'm going to show this one more time so that everybody can see it. Let me stop sharing this screen here. And let me share my content page one more time. Okay, so here we are, and here we are. So again, guys, tomorrow, these will be the links that you guys will use. So if you notice right now, it says content isn't available because it won't be available until about 6 o'clock tomorrow night, right? But if you're going to take your test tomorrow at 6:30, you'll be able to click on this. Obviously, I can't, right? If you click on that, you'll sign in. And if you're going to take it on Thursday, you'll be able to click right here, and you'll be able to sign in, okay? So just to give you all a heads up, you know, that's when we'll be doing our stuff tomorrow. Well, let me see. Somebody put something here in the chat. Yes, yes. Question number 2, definitely. So let's take a look at question number 2, and let me see if I can access that real quick. So here we go. Class assignment number 2. Here we go. Question number 2. Question number 2. Okay. So right here it says question number 2. How many people were 21 years old? So what I'm going to do here, y'all, is I'm going to the 21 column, right? So here's my 21 column, and if I move over to the left, it looks like, what, 7 people? I'm trying to see if you guys can see. Oh, you can't see that. That's fine. Okay. My bad. Oops, I thought you could see it. Let me try this one more time. Here we go. Okay. So now what I'm doing here, y'all, is it says how many people were 21 years old. So I'm going to go right here to where it says 21, and I'm going to come up, and then when I go to the left, it looks like 7 people. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right, good. You got it, guys. That's it. You're just reading the graph. Good question, right? Excellent. Yeah, you got it. No problem at all. Any other questions, guys, y'all have about anything? All right. Well, then, guys, we'll go ahead and call it a day there. I will send out, I'll download this video later, and I'll send it out tonight. And I'll see some of you guys tomorrow at 6:30, guys, and then I'll see the rest of you guys on Thursday at 11. If y'all have any questions between now and then, send me a message on Pronto, and I'll do my best to get to it. Tomorrow I'm going to be testing in the morning because I have 2 other classes, so I'm testing them in the AM, and then I'm testing you guys in the PM. So I don't get back to you right away, guys. That's what it is. I'm dealing with the other classes, but I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Okay. So y'all have a good evening, guys, and I will talk to y'all later. Be safe, be good, and take care, guys. Study hard. I want y'all to do really well. I hope everybody knocks this final out of the park. You guys have been doing great all summer, and really proud of you guys. So just want y'all to finish off really strong, okay? Y'all need anything from me, guys, let me know. I'll be here, okay? Take care.